Hello. We have another coaching session here. This time it's Marden or M4RDN. Not sure how to pronounce it. I will call you Marden for now. You sent me the Faceit link and Faceit lobby saying I have thought of sending in a demo for a while, and now when I got quote unquote your student on the team, I just had to. So you are clearly referring to Vigo Dingen, which I made a video about previously, that he was a student of mine. He submitted his own demo review some time ago, and apparently he was on your team. They were in a 3-man stag, and then you played solo. It's Mirage. It's pretty lengthy game, so I'll maybe try to blitz through some rounds that are not as important. We will see how it goes. I downloaded the demo already, and you did not choose any add-ons. What do you want me to focus on? So that's pretty that's not that great, honestly. That will be too overwhelming for me to kind of focus on everything, but I will try my best. So we have the demo downloaded. Let's get into it. Just accept my config as usual. Pistol round is over, and we have lovely Mirage on the play here. Smoking kit, playing ticket, pretty standard stuff. So we have on pistol rounds, you don't need to jump check. I generally like this, what you're doing, so this is already a good thing. On gun rounds, I would prefer jump checking, especially if terrorists have AK. It's pretty easy pre-fire here, but with Glocks, not so much. It's a B play. So this is going to be already pretty tough retake. You have only one guy flanking, and he's going to be spotted. Kind of breaking the timing there to selling your teammate and going a little bit later. Gives you free kill. Pretty good shot there. Oh, your teammate is sticking the bomb, which I'm not a fan of. 2 seconds. Okay, it works. Alright, you won the round. They got a knife kill, so they can in theory get an AWP. It would be a glass cannon though, so highly unlikely. Rather to have AK and Kevlar, but they will have a really good buy. You have MP9, so I suspect you are going to play close. Not flashing mid. Okay, it didn't backfire this time, but it could have very much. Your teammate dying on stairs immediately, they collapse on you. Good swing. Now honestly, I really want you to use that kind of utility. You see, you see this moment. I will try to go back a little bit. So you make a kill. Now you're kind of stuck. I understand you don't want to pull up utility because you're afraid of the trait. But now since you're looking here and you see your teammate up here, maybe you don't see this guy clearly, but like Palace is covered. No one can go out Palace. You can stay on default and just smoke yourself and buy so much time for yourself or for your team, and you will basically be super safe from everywhere because you can just sit in the smoke and they will have really hard time finding you or spamming you. So this is what I would personally do right now, just especially after this spam from top of the boxes, which clearly came from here. Oh, the peek is not necessary at all. But overall, I like how you are trying to create space for your teammates to get out and get fights, because you have MP9, they have M4s. So overall, it worked well. But we're looking for any kind of optimization here, and playing time after you getting one kill is already like, you did your job. You get one kill with MP9, 4v4, you're drawing so much attention, and you have an option to survive inside of your own smoke. I would honestly go for it. But I understand it was a pretty hectic situation. It was hard to understand whether T's are pushing you sandwich side or no. Okay, no instant flash. Okay, your teammates are pushing, so you're delaying the flashes. Whose smoke is that? Oh, they have... That's our, like, CD smoke and the T smoke. Kind of created a wall. A lot of stuff going at the middle. Now, this is what I don't like. I like how you're trying to be resourceful and you're going back to pick up the HE. However, if you have MP9, I think it kind of costs you positioning, because right now you were spotted from a deagle and now you cannot make it forward. And now from here with MP9, it's basically the deagle might as well just be an advantage against you. So because you went back for that HE, you lost all the timings. And now that smoke even gives space for terrorists to go forward. So you're putting like a smoke. If you imagine the scenario, you're in this area, right? Terrorist was spotted in this area, and you're putting smoke here, which is basically like in the middle of the crossfire or a gunfire, and you will never know whether this terrorist is going to utilize it and go close and play around it, or he's going to go back. Basically, you're denying yourself the information. What I would just suggest is the closer you put the smoke to you, for example, right-clicking here, and you get to dictate the pace of the duel by either playing around it on this side, either on this side, or you can go top ticket and see above it, or maybe you just ignore it at all and you just keep jump checking. That's much more beneficial because you have much more information and you make yourself harder to hit. This way, terrorist had actually chance to kill you there in this moment where he's going to take a shot here. Like he even hit you for 50. So I think being resourceful with the smoke, that you are trying to put that smoke when it's no longer a block smoke, when it's like kind of reactive smoke, you want that smoke to land as close to you as possible so you can use it, instead of giving opportunity for terrorists to use it, if that makes sense. Now this is going to be pretty hard duel to find. I don't like that you're sitting in a corner like this, honestly. I mean, I would expect the reposition, but your teammate is going to play the bomb. I mean, you were just gambling. If someone comes CT, probably you go unchecked. If someone goes jungle, that's like... I don't even consider that 50-50 duel. If someone comes from connector, you're just dead. So I wouldn't just play that passive as you did. I just try to look for information. Immediately as I saw you tucking there and not doing anything, I kind of realized that you're going to play way too passive this situation. 3-0, close round still. Another MP9 on your part. I really want you to use that flash early no matter what. No one is flashing mid. Okay, there's one flash at least. But these early swings are way too dangerous, I think. Okay, we fluffed the smoke a little bit, but we get to play around it. I like it that you're going close. Only position on top of the waist, which you check. And you played yourself. I like it, bringing fight into them. You know they have AKs, you can hear it. You count the economy. What else? You are changing it up. Before you played ticket, you play the default, now you're inside of the ramp. I like it. You win the duel as well. Kind of aiming a little bit too low for my liking here. I don't know. You kind of... Obviously, you don't want to aim up here because that's where terrorists are going to be visible much earlier due to shadow. So you can always pretend that the terrorist is going to peek from close, but he's never going to be that close that he is going to have a head in this level. So I think you're aiming a little bit way too low, but you win the duel nonetheless. get the C4 as well. That's pretty huge, honestly. Oh, that's an insane shot from the terrorist. But the round is over. Pretty good so far. Finally, we have M4 here. Flash for peek, down connector, double flash. And we're playing defensive. Now this is time to jump check. This is time where if you want to play ticket on gun rounds, you want to jump check those situations. AK is just way too dangerous not to jump check. But you decide to play this off angle. I like it. It's pretty good. Back to ticket. Completely giving it up. Mid is clear. I think you're giving up way too much space here. Like, there is literally no need for you to do that. This is where you need to jump check, honestly. Especially when you have a smoke. You're gonna get mollied, no worries. Like, you smoke yourself and you leave. Or you're not gonna get mollied and you put the smoke again, reactive smoke here, just to, you know, be annoying. Maybe spam through. Maybe try to spam the bomb planter. This is something I wouldn't do. I'm trying to kind of understand the, or like think of the words. How would I explain why I wouldn't do it? Like, you can clearly see that terrorists are coming to your side because of the smoke. They're kind of like, let's think of it as an execute, okay? It's obviously 3v4, but they are trying to do like Hail Mary play. If it doesn't work, well, they're losing the round. There is no way this is fake. Plus, your teammate is also pushing B. And again, the smoke that you're putting is never going to stop them. They're going to always risk going through it because this is their only option to win the round. And you are not in position. If you're playing this far from the smoke you're putting, plus you're like, it's a little bit short, but that's besides the point. If it was perfect smoke and slope, you are not in position where you can hold it despite them going through it. They will just go through it. Either with a flash or without flash, doesn't matter. And therefore that smoke, in my opinion, blocking smoke this late into the round, or like in this situation 3v4s, is going to be useless. Only, especially in the ramp, where clearly that's when the majority is going to come. If apps is smoked, then sure, like maybe that guy is going to wait a little bit and maybe not commit, but this smoke, they're always going to cross. And I would love it if you do that, and then you play like triple, or like whatever you call it, firebox, and then you immediately hold the smoke, like don't let them go out. But since you're ticket, it's really hard, because if you... let me see. Okay, so if you play from this side, terrorists will always be able to sneak this part of the smoke and you will never spot them. And if you're playing on top of the ticket or like jump checking, then terrorists will always be able to go into the smoke and you will never spot them. They will always have a way to beat the smoke and you will not have 100% information. However, if you put the smoke reactively, rather close, the chaos it causes for terrorists that they will go up and they will never know whether you're playing around the smoke or inside of the smoke or just spamming through. They will be so worried that they will waste so much time, and then your flank eventually could be enabled, you know, like it's gonna happen when your teammate is literally leaving the TV room, and this smoke is just going to be disrespected no matter what. Plus they know the position where you threw it from. This guy clearly understands, okay, one guy is ticket and he's probably alone. I'm gonna just risk it and go take side. Even this guy with the bomb, he has to ignore it. We'll have to go through. Wait, someone missed the smoke. Who was that? Number 7? I don't know who missed the smoke, honestly. But someone did. Essentially, you win the round because, like, T's are completely outplayed with the flank. You were basically 3v3 on A side, and that was pretty good to push B. But I think your smoke there, I don't personally mind it. Like, I'm just trying to explain the concept of when to use the blocking utility by blocking a choke point, and when to use the reactive smoke that you actually can make a play around it. I hope I'm making myself clear enough. Okay, a little block there, doesn't really matter. The re-molly. I mean, the lack of early flashes over mid is kind of concerning this game, but it is what it is. I'm not sure if this is good angle. I don't even play here. I would consider it kind of like... terrorists might be actually caught jumping up on the box when you see them, so you might have an advantage. I feel like, yeah, you are super passive A player. You're just kind of waiting for them to come to you, and you're not really... You're going to go for a save, which with M4 I would say... Actually, looking at the bunny, I think that's a good call no matter what. Having an AWP here, saving an AWP here is huge. For sure, timing. Oh no, that's unfortunate. I feel like there was a little bit of panic there. Okay, we're playing close again. Taking slope. A lot of information you will get with your teammate. I wonder if you're gonna keep pushing. Again, on top of the vase. Sometimes I will suggest you that don't play two angles at the same, like in the same half, same angles. So you were playing here, you were getting a kill before, but I like this off angle when you're on the edge of the vase and you are, if you strafe right, you will kind of go up on the vase and it will screw up their, like your model will go up and it will screw up with their crosshair placement a little bit more. It's just a little trick that you can do. You made a kill on middle and saving the AK. I think also a good decision considering the money. And this is... I'm not sure if this is eco. You didn't buy all of the util. Both of you guys who saved are actually having some money left, so... There's like a lot of micro angle clearing, which I personally like. I think it's that way it's easier for terrorists to actually win a duel on you. Even if you catch a good timing of them not looking directly at you, you give them time to like adjust their crosshair because you're taking your time with the peaks, because you're jiggling every single like opportunity instead of just... I don't want you to just swing it and make a step, but to like shift, but wider peak. One wider peak in one motion. And yeah, we are... I don't like that we're dying in a smoke that way. In a smoke with a pocket. I'm thinking what we can do here better. I think there's gonna be insane timing on... Yeah, we just left apps. I mean, you're trying your best to kind of play for one frag, but you're getting cleared in this angle. I think this is extremely difficult angle to hold. Terrorists are always in a favorable advantage. Playing like behind the box and holding apps a little bit better, but then obviously slope is danger. I think maybe you can just full hide. Honestly, like let your teammate from connector have first contact no matter what, and you just play here, but completely hide. Don't let yourself be seen, or don't peek, don't do anything. And let the guy from connector kind of be ready that they can be out A. Just let him know through comms. And once he has contact, I'm pretty sure when you swing that, at that point, you will have like free kill, if not 2 or 3. There's some pause going on. Okay, pause is over. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, I've never seen a lack of mid flashes from... Like, I don't think you've thrown a single early flash in this game. which I think should be like kind of a most default nade from you on A side. You were flashing over con, but those were just for peaks or when your teammates were pushing middle, but you have to throw a flash basically to disrupt their fast mid takes. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like here, you're like... I'll try to explain the other way, okay? I want you to notice how you're gonna approach clearing Tetris here is that you will take first micro strafe, second micro strafe, checking on top of the Tetris, then third micro strafe, checking, I think, on top of this box, fourth micro strafe. This is like pre-aiming, and you're like ignoring this angle, and you just pre-aim just nothing, essentially. And if the crosshair would be a little bit closer and you were more ready for this fight, I think you're killing this guy. Because it was actually pretty close with the final bullet. But what I'm trying to say is that imagine a terrorist would be here. He would be seeing you on those first two micro strafes because before you actually see him. So he would see you here. He would see you here. And now you would be actually having 50-50 duel with him. But he would already be able to kill you. So by you like checking these positions that are like timing based, because you're obviously noticing that someone might be up ramp and they're probably not clearing you like laser focused on your position. They're clearing everything else as well as they're moving forward. I think you're just giving opportunity for a terrorist to react to you. And I think this is what might happen here. I mean, it's pretty unlucky that we have radar just up in the way. But I think he's gonna spot you somewhere now. I think he sees you. Okay, I will just go like this. I think he sees you, yeah. He's gonna definitely see you. And that's why he has kind of crosshair. He's already adjusting to you while you are adjusting to him. And this should be the other way around. Like, he should not have that much time, in my opinion. Just this is again a concept that I'm saying like for a second round in a row that I think will really improve your, how do you say, like your anchor skills in general. I'm not sure if you're like born anchor, or if that's a role that suits you or you play the most, but or you're doing it right now because you're playing with a 3-stack and you want to make it more easier for them to take those positions so they can communicate. But yeah, I just wanted to point it out. MP9 situation without nades. This is full force. Another missed window smoke. I'm sorry. COVID, too strong. Alright. Okay, we have called a good timing. Oh my god, that was actually pretty... Very, very important duel there. I was about to say that I would just play time at that point, but you took a swing, confident swing, with MP9. I feel like with MP9 you're actually playing more confidently than with real rifle. This is what I want you to do when you're having that M4 on triple and you're clearing angles. I want you to take a... I don't want to say that from here you should swing all the way here in the open to take a duel. Or here, per se. But at least take like... step, you know? Not like audible step, but like actual full distance of a model should move in a certain way, either left or right, in order so you can see everything in these positions. Same way, if you're going here, I want you to be able to see kind of like the whole entrance towards A side, instead of like chopping it into many angles that you're gonna clear. On these rounds, you have full mid control. I don't mind this at all. It's very likely on Face It that people are going to just buy deagles and they will just try to duel you because there's no set strats involved. But on real matches, this is prime example where people would just buy Tech 9s and do a little execute either on mid or B split or A split, something like that. But on Face It, it's always deagle. I hope you're gonna stay here. You did not spot the C4. That was a premature rotation here. C4 was not there, but I don't know what comms are looking like, obviously. You're still retaking a site that is... This is lost round, yeah. Unfortunately. That was faster rotation than you should have. Especially on these rounds, it's so easy. It's so obvious that people will cheese the rounds this way. Especially rounds where they have just like deagles or pistols or stupid buy, where they will just try to force the rotation and hope for the mistake that CTs are doing. We have a little trouble getting into apps. This is pretty good angle for 5-7. I like this. One shot headshot potential. Okay, you're risking in 4v4, giving a lot of information out to the rest of the team. This is huge. Your teammate cleared the top mid, so probably no lurk happening. You can start stepping. This is also good. I mean, the round, unfortunately... I mean, you did a push on A, which was good reaction to what was happening on the map, but it wasn't enough. Like, your teammates couldn't rotate in time to B, to block them. And no kills happened in your favor to really be enabled. But I liked your decision-making or, like, thought process of pushing A, especially on a round like this. It's the last round, though. You need to go. I mean, I'm not sure. Is it? Yeah, 7-5. I'm not sure what happened there, but that's a pretty big oversight. It's a basic mistake that just can't keep happening. You need to attempt these things, these retakes, even if they're unwinnable. Stat padding is something that no one wants to see in their games, so... Alright. Selfless jump out mid, I like that. Okay. That's gonna be unlucky timing here. Yeah. You both checked connector and he just walked through the smoke. I mean, there's nothing to be done, really. It just happened. I liked how you just jumped out mid with looking down. I think that's something that is very rarely seen on Faceit, and I think is extremely, extremely effective, especially on pistol rounds. Like going ramp on Nuke, going out middle on Mirage, going out B on Dust 2, for example. All these things, especially on pistol rounds, where CTs are forced to take long-range USB duels that are required to do some one-taps. I respect your decision to do that. That's pretty damn good. Okay, I'm not 100% sure why we're not smoking anything on middle and... Okay. The C4 is lost, so we will have to deal with that a little bit later. We have to use your position in a good manner first. You have a flash for CT potentially, but I think your teammate is just not going. Now, this round is still very winnable. Like, you're cutting off all the rotation, and you will hear every rotation, not only through CT, obviously, which you're watching, but you will also hear all the rotations here. And I think it's good gamble to just go, tell your teammate that B is probably clear. It's probably the only way how we can win the round. And that's just unfortunate. That is unfortunate. You were having a good call or good sneak. I generally don't understand why we're not smoking window or top mid in these kind of moments, but again, it's hard for me to predict something that was set in the comms. Alright, the classic face it round. Everyone free for all, go for whatever kind of play they like. Okay, it becomes a little bit winnable, I would say. If your teammate still makes a kill from connector, he has a lot of HP, then it becomes winnable, but it's not happening. Okay. Now we have eco. I really don't want to see R8 gameplay here. Okay, let's go into gun rounds. 8-8, very winnable still. Very winnable game. Teammate is pushing through. Are there any flashes coming in? Sadly, no. Your teammate had 2 flashes, but he decided not to use it. I mean, you're brawling mid and the CTs are just way too close. Like, you're legit peeking this way while CT is already up behind boxes. So, this is just, again, one of those things where... What really happened, though? Was it maybe the flash that this guy threw immediately? That kind of... No, never mind. It was the second flash. You see how second flash kind of made you hesitate for here? Like, you get blinded, you throw the molly and you get blinded and you're just not moving with your teammate. I'm not saying that you should go with him through the smoke, but you're clearly like unsure of what is happening because you're blind. And then you're gonna go into the smoke. And because of this like half a second stumble here, I think the CT is going to make it just past you because of this half second, and you're not able to react to it. And I don't want to attribute it to just because of that one flash helped you display, but I can all I'm saying is that for CT side, when I was talking about that earlier mid-round flash, I mean sorry, early flash on middle, this is why they're so important. It kind of like disrupts whatever the T's want to do, and it disrupts them not by them not doing it in the end, but they will do a little bit more sloppier, that these plays are suddenly becoming possible. Alright. The round collapsed right in the beginning, basically. Another eco. No, never mind. We do have some change of the guns. I think you dropped AK. I think you dropped AK, yeah. So, playing supportive position without any nades, you're just Deagle, no Kevlar, and C4. Not much you can do here, like nothing to analyze really. I would rather go into the gun rounds. There's going to be a lot of them since we're looking at overtimes as well. Okay, a lot of flashes mid again. Kind of going with your teammate. Checking underpass. You saw the con smoke is just way too off. That's very dangerous to move. Like without, I mean, if this guy wouldn't be there, but he would be like looking over the smoke, that's a little bit GG. Be careful. I'm not sure exactly what we're doing. Okay, smoking short. Grouping up with your teammate, 4v4. It's going to be incredibly important to make the trade happen here. The trade is not needed, that's great. Okay, we're on stairs now. We don't want to take a peek up here. We're always going... Here we always want to be the guy that is trading. Because once you make it up here, this guy that is scaling up bench, he's going to not be able to trade you where you died from if you die from, let's say, this position or default, or sometimes apps. Sometimes people are in slope, you know, all the way down. Maybe someone is ticket, and This is a rule that we've always had, even all back in mouse sports. I think LMBT was telling me this, that if you are ever on stairs, don't even try to attempt to go up unless you're trading someone. Let this guy take first contact and you're a trader. And that is all you have to do, really. I understand that you're taking space right now, but let your teammate take a space and kind of like, I don't want to say that you should bait him, but you should definitely play off of him. This is way too dangerous peak, and it didn't cost you at this point, but okay, in the end it's all good in the hood. We're winning the duel and we're winning the round. But that's a little concept that even pro players, if you ever see like next game Mirage, you're gonna watch pro games. If there's a split happening, let's say 3-1-1, notice how these guys move up. So there's going to be like 1 or 2 guys scaling up bench, and if there's one guy going to be on stairs, he's going to be just sitting on stairs, holding jungle smoke, or maybe holding like connector smoke if there is one, or maybe holding like short behind or something like that. And when these guys have contact, this is when this guy on stairs goes up, and he actually going to attempt a refrag. Oh, that... very close to kill here. This is crazy thing. Alright. In the end, like, it's just super messy on middle in general. CTs are just pushing up middle all the time. You're brawling middle. It's just classic face of the game. Like, there's billions of timings that are happening in either CT's favor or terrorist favor. People are hiding in smokes. This is just peak FACEIT experience. Alright, we have A execute. Let's see what we can find here. We're definitely running through the smoke. This is same concept as I've said on the CT side. Like, if you're already executing and this is like your last possible play to get to win the round, because you essentially used all your nades for this execute. Like, if you're going to respect the smoke and not go through, you might as well just, like, you cannot retake middle, you cannot go B, you cannot go A again. Like, you have to disrespect the smoke. And this is exactly what you are doing correctly. You need to disrespect it, you jump through it, see how it goes. Okay. I love this push, especially with Mac 10. Almost 2 kills, but CTs were just 2 in con, 1 in jungle. That's kind of crazy amount of people in this area. But I like your decision. I generally have to say that when you're having to play like intuitively of, you know, understanding where you should go or where you should aim, you're playing pretty well. Like, you're playing pretty, like, experienced. Like, you're clearly knowing what to do without thinking about it. And on T side, I noticed it a little bit more compared to CT side. On CT side, I didn't feel like you were that intuitive, or intuition didn't play too big of a role. Maybe that's because of the lack of experience towards that A side. I'm not sure how, again, as I said, how comfortable you are playing this position, or how often do you play it. But on T side, I can clearly see that you're just like 1 level better player compared to your CT side. Another brawl mid. I love the... look at the minimap, by the way. Like, what is there to analyze? Like, you would be going out mid and you're gonna get destroyed because legit, they have 5-man mid start. And to me, that's crazy. Like, even this is so rare for FACEIT, but it's happening this game pretty much every gun round where 3/4 CTs are just brawling middle. And there is not enough of you to do anything about it, right? Which is no hate towards you or your team. Like this is just such weird way to play. And they're turtling middle as well. Like, they're legit. Like, this guy is just checking A from time to time. B is completely open. And that's why you're gonna win the round. B is completely open. Like, this is... what they're doing, essentially, is a gamble. Like, they're just gambling every gun round. And it was working, but now it backfired. You're gonna win this 3v3 as well. Good hold. Picking up some nade off of him. Not really. Impossible to find anything. He had empty pockets. You know he had op, so... taking a wide peek against him, he's never going to be able to expect you. would be required. It's like some crazy flick. So yeah, for micro parts, I like how excuse me. I like how you're playing it for this D side. It's clearly showing me that now you're in like natural habitat, I would say. Another mid counter with an HE. Heard the open window. This time nothing on mid happens, but this is also lost by 4 CTs. This is very important round. Let me see. Okay, you're gonna probably pick that C4, maybe re-smoke window. Leaning towards that A immediately since 2 of your teammates started on A. 1 walked up all the way to A. Holy. I mean, that was kind of insane play that he made it that far. But unlucky timing. CT just checked it from jungle. Out of all places, he gets killed from jungle on that wall. Okay, scared of stairs. Very good sound cue play. I don't mind this. I mean, you're taking info of 2 players, and you're hitting 1 like crazy. This is a huge misplay by CT in my opinion. You should never smoke off the connector there. You should always smoke the C4. But we're focusing on yourself. I think you did pretty good for that round. You recovered in the 4v5 situation, and then for after plant you did your best, but unfortunately like there were just too many dangers that could have occurred, and you were for the most part ready for that stairs peek or ticket peek, but it's just that he was aiming a little bit better. We have a little B rush action. This is gonna be super dangerous. 1 B and 2 are going to be fast behind. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're not good. We lost the C4. And now this is actually going to require a lot of thinking how we're gonna retrieve this C4. Oh my goodness. We have to play it out. We have to track the round for a long time. Okay, maybe not. Now you know both of the players are in B. This guy is flanking. You're just waiting for the flank, baiting with a reload. I like it. Yeah. Good shit. A little bit of labor spray, but you know, we're pulling it into overtime. I'm not, on these coaching sessions, I'm not really looking for aiming mistakes unless you specifically want me to. Because, well, we all have different skill in aiming and it depends from day to day. I think aim is one of the most inconsistent factors in Counter-Strike that every single player have. So I am kind of not focusing on it too much. Obviously when you have great aim I'm gonna commend it, but if you are having bad game individually, that is where I'm going to just kind of focus on other aspects that are more coachable, I would say. Okay, 4v4 situation, you're smoked off. You couldn't play off of death of your teammate because there's literally no mid presence from CTs, so there's pretty good chance that one guy would be jungle or stairs holding the smoke. I'll just close my door. My dog is barking. So I think that was a good decision that you did not take any risk or any peek and play that 4v4 properly. That's what you get for being patient. I love it. I have a smoke here. I want you to use it. Smoking stairs or smoking something, balcony, and go out. Oh my god. I think this is just not a play, really. I think you should just go slope here, even though it's planted for middle. You have HE, so you can blow off the smoke, but you're never going to be able to do that from middle. Obviously you have to just assume that they have smoke. If they don't have a smoke, then they just might stick it, and you have to just take a peek. But this is just way too risky, and now you still have time to make a decision. Right now your teammate dies, just go slope. Like, that's it. Going all the way around is just not the play. No, you can't use that. Okay, that was incredibly lucky. Like, I'm gonna call it as a misplay. You won the round, you won the clutch, and well played, but... Was it because he had no kit? Yeah, he had no kit as well. Like, this is pretty big oversight in first round overtime. You don't buy kit. But if you're having an HE in afterplan, in especially 1v1, try to be in a position where you can blow off the smoke of the diffuser. Like, obviously, like, peek a round of smoke, and if no one is peeking you, that's when you equip the HE and you're just gonna toss it in and spam. And maybe you will connect the spam before the HE blows, and the smoke is gonna go away, and great, you're winning the round. Or HE explodes, it reveals the CT, and you correct the spray a little bit. I think that was just decision mistake, and in the end, it was incredibly lucky that you're even winning that round. No, that was insane. That was perfect timing on everything, I have to say. Pretty good nade as well. I'm liking it. Maybe that 1v1 actually gave you confidence. Everyone as well going back from middle and going back to A. Very, very crafty way to play the round. I don't like that you threw that flash. That was only flash for your A players to go out. Okay, you have a smoke. Very close here, but 2v2 should be winnable. It's a default plant, okay. Now this time we don't have Naichi, but it's a default plant, so it only makes sense to stay in apps. You were not spotted in apps. If your teammate wins 1v1 and he's complete... What is he? Where is he aiming? Like, this is Giga Troll. Unlucky. Like, what can you do? Teammate trolled. He's not even playing time or playing for a kill. He was legit AFK in 2v2 after plant. Here we have a window smoke, which hit. That's all good. Faking a little bit of mid presence. I love how you're... Oh my god, that was insane shot again. Like, I have to say, it feels like the more the game goes, the more warmed up you are. I'm not sure if you warmed up before this game, but you... I love seeing you on T-side just running around and taking the duels that you're taking. It's 2 rounds in a row where you have an insanely impactful kill, and it's just very crisp kill as well. You know, it's like... Okay, playing 1v1 against the OP. I see, like, again, you're taking like these micro strips, you know? Like, where now he wouldn't be scoped. Okay, he's actually seeing you. I was about to say, if he wouldn't be scoped, he's actually can see you, and he can just react to you and wait for the peek, and he just kills you with an op. He is not scoped, but he is not reacting to you. Like, luckily, he does not see you. But again, this is like a misplay that I'm seeing you doing from CT side to T side. Like, here, you should be essentially dead. And probably his teammates are screaming, like, left, 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 his backside. And he did not have time to react, but that's honestly, from mechanical point of view, I want you to be just stop slicing these angles. Like, this is what you do when you are opening up a side on T side and you're just kind of looking for like opening or opening up the side. But if you're In this case, you're basically defending something. On CT side, it happened all the time. On T side, now it happens in after plans, where you're just supposed to peek somewhere where CT doesn't know you're at. Please do a wider strafe and actually commit to it, instead of doing that like these half-assed chill peeks. So we won 2 rounds on this OT, and I think like those rounds which you won are incredibly, like, there were actually mistakes where you can learn from that I tried to point out. And for the round you lost, I think your teammate just trolled. I mean, it happens. Okay, we're buying extra flash. This is a little bit, the delay is impeccable. I think that smoke is way too deep, isn't it? It kind of spreads nice, so I clearly see that you don't have a lineup for that. Another thing, this is very important. I don't want you to offer mid flashes like this mid round, because the guy that is close apps will always hear it. He's gonna hear the flash, like release the sound, then a lot of the times, and you did it as well, is going to jump through the smoke, and he's gonna give exact sound cue where you are, and this will just give this player cue to, okay, I'm gonna peek because the guy that I'm about to peek, he has no M4 in hand yet, and he doesn't know I'm gonna peek, and I know where he is roughly because I heard the step. Don't offer these flashes unless you know that you cannot be peeked from A. For example, what I like to do is I'm okay peeking, like flashing from here, and I'm just going to like throw a flash like a walk step through the cone. Okay, that's I don't jump, I don't do anything. I'm covered from abs and slope. Yes, he will hear, maybe he will hear me releasing the flash, but it will be still much like quieter audible or sound cue for the terrorists that some of the terrorists will just not hear it even from here, and from slope it's impossible to hear as well. So this is very important, that you are just giving, you're in advantage. Your teammates are probably making a play or mid or something. You're trying to save this guy maybe, but you shouldn't be the one throwing this flash. It should be this guy. This is on pro level. This is the rule that you're having. Like, don't give your position away by throwing nades if you're in advantage and you're an anchor player, especially if that nade is not for you. If you're like setting up others, like that makes no sense. It's just way too big of a risk. You might die here. Like, you're in big trouble here. Suddenly, I mean, okay, your teammate kind of bails you out, but that you can see how that could have gone wrong in so many ways. All right, 15-13. We have 2 match points here. Your teammate is doing early flash mid. You're doing the follow up. I really suggest that you're gonna be throwing these flash, if you wanna buy second flash on these overtimes, just do it in a freeze time, please, and just already toss it towards the ticket while you're in a freeze time. You're just wasting so much time here. Someone could have sneaked up Tetris on those timings, and that's wrong. And you don't have kit. Like, you have 6-3, you're buying second flash and you don't have kit. You need to do that. It was hard retake anyway, bro. That kit didn't matter after all, but... Okay. Okay, you both kit this time. Wait, where is... Yeah, number 5, okay. You both kit this time. Throwing a lot of util. There's a miss smoke in ramp. Unwinnable 1v4, so let's move into next overtime. Oh, sorry. I forgot that it changes every half the numbers. Ooh, we're starting B. dropping all the util to the guy that can actually use it. You, in this position, you probably would never be in position to use it. Okay, this can work. One guy is coming. Ooh, he used the smoke, fortunately. You have to just wait it out. They're coming your way. This is good. They might actually clear you. You're not being baited for. I don't like it. Okay. That flash almost screwed you up, but good double kill. I don't like that your teammate wasn't baiting for you at all. I mean, if he wants to hold short, he might as well just do it. I'm thinking. Maybe like he can still jump check and you will spot short, you know? And when you can't jump check anymore, then checking short from this position, and then occasionally just peek like maybe this, that's enough. If he's gonna be spotted from this guy, they will always kind of like ignore you, I'm pretty sure. But he took this position, which I don't like. Maybe he could play like here and then jiggle on random timings. Here, jiggle on random timings. Stuff like that. Or he can just hold like that, and you from here, you can hold like that. Okay, another cheeky position on B. I like how you change it up in overtimes and you address the fact that you lost 2 rounds in a row on B side. And they're coming B again. This is a good call. After all, they decide to change the direction of the round. But it's pretty much a reaction, but I think the call itself was good. I'm not sure if you were making these calls, that you want to be boosted on B, etc, etc. But the read was there. I like it. Try to be hard to retake this. But you have money. Well, maybe this is safe, actually. 16-16. You do have money, but your teammates are struggling. You dropped a gun to them. Wait, did you? Oh yeah, you did. Okay. So you have full belief in your teammates. That's nice to see. Well, I like it. A lot of heavy presence towards A. Seems like you want to push it with 2 pistols, which I like again. And you're in your lovely position that you tried before. Here I would personally prefer, well, I wanted to say this position and just do a little jiggles. Here it's going to be a little bit harder to guess the exact headshot angle. But then I realized that they could sneak up con and kill you from stairs and bench, so yeah, maybe this one is a little bit better. Let's see how you aim. Last time you aimed way too low, so this time you saw the shadow and you reacted to it. You saw the shadow and it definitely went up with the crosshair, 100%. So it's just rough that you had MP 5-7. If you had MP9, I think you're honestly you're probably killing him. 16-17. We'll have to run this through because we're already 1 hour in this team on this such a long game. Okay. Well, that's a well-placed molly, but very close. He almost killed you there. Oh, you found another molly. That's huge. Unlucky. I don't know the lineup myself. Holy moly. He actually outplayed him so much. It's such a good move that this guy did in afterplan is that in 1v1, you roughly know where the position of the terrorist is. He's gonna look and fish for timings. And you just break those timings completely by you holding him instead. Like, it's so unexpected for a terrorist because they walk around. It's gonna be a really easy shot for you to hit. if they peek into what you're holding. And it's essentially a gamble, yes, but this is what I see. Match is doing a lot, Crim's doing a lot, like all these anchor positions that are in a lot of clutches. They just, instead of chase the terrorist down and look for all the angles and be like played around, they are the ones that are taking the stance and just hold one angle and pretty much try to read the mind of the opponent. And this comes with experience, honestly. I'm not saying that this guy is super experienced, but I just like the overall idea of it. It feels so good to outplay and win the clutch that way. Basically, you make other people overthink the clutch. Second time you're doing this move and it pays off. Brilliant. Crafty flash. I like what I'm seeing, honestly. Again, your entry towards that middle side kind of opened up the whole possibility of this round. Happened 3 times in this map, I think, that I can think of. Twice in connector now, once in, what was it, short, I believe. And yeah, you're pretty successful around this mid area. I like it. What was that flash? Does it really need it? I don't see any purpose for that. If anything, it gives CTs information that, I don't know, you're retaking B lobby or like B ups. I don't know. I think that's just a waste of the flash that you could use maybe late round, or if you're going for execute right now, that could have been helpful. Every piece of utility needs to make sense. That's what Blade is saying to Navi guys. Alright. Okay. What a freaking entry got here. I just want to see it, how he did it. It looked sick from your POV, so... That's insane, though. Okay, he's feeling it. He's winning round. 18-18. My same reaction, what Hash wrote. Ooh, Mac 10. Another open frag. Like, you are doing so... Oh my god. You're doing so well on these mid aggressions that I don't understand why you're so passive player on CD side. Beautiful. Okay, I think it's a little bit cheesy to keep Mac 10 here, honestly. I think you have 10k and this is second to the last round of overtime. I think that might be doing more harm than good. Especially now, for example. I hope that you would drop the AK on the spawn, and at this stage, 24 HP, surely you want to go back to spawn and take that AK. Okay, you have M4 here. If you prefer playing M4, that's fine. But I like how I kind of predicted it, and you were aware of this possibility that you might switch up the gun mid-round. Okay, we're playing after plan. You're gonna be just completely by yourself. That's good. Not much you could have done there better, I think. You did B fake, but you could nade it, and that's just always kind of rough to play against. Double naded, in fact. I respect the M4 here. Okay, the round is over before you are even in position to do something about it. I don't know if the plan was to fake A and they just pushed at the perfect timing. Unwinnable 1v4. I'm just going to skip this. I don't think you're an oper, but those are just some unfortunate misses. No flash mid. Again, I don't like it. I'm not sure if they specifically ask you to not flash mid, but It's just the terrorists can do whatever the hell they want on middle. There's no distraction, sorry. That's the right word. Okay, a new position that you're playing, which I don't hate at all. One and done spot. Okay, the round is over. Kind of, that was unlucky that he kind of jumped over your angle, but the amount of information, I think that was generally a good play. Like, he hit pretty sick shots. You played it disciplined, I would say. Okay, you seem to like this position. I need to play this. I honestly don't know if I should comment this is good or bad. I like the idea of it that you should be catching terrorists jumping up. But I think if he clears you, he's in so big advantage that you should be dying. Oh. Okay, you were alone on A side. Like, you see that all of your teammates are kind of forced in the backline of the map. Just kind of requires you to go for a kill and hopefully push one side, which is either abs or slope, or I don't know, survive in the smoke somewhere. But you were put in a really difficult position because of the what is it called? Because of the rotations. Okay, in the end it's 1v2. I can see the difference that you're playing on CT side. Just you pick one spot at the beginning of the round and you kind of like play the whole round and you just hope for the best and you're just way too passive, sitting in that corner or sitting in that position. And then on T side, you're the guy that actually thrives in playmaking, like running out mid and trying to force the duels, playing around the smokes on middle, playing with utility around middle, understanding where they can be, where they cannot be, just trying to bring the duel to them. And that disparity to me is clear that you are clearly a better T-side player than CD side player, and you should be leaning into kind of that playstyle on CD side as well. It's just my overall like observation, but I shared a lot of them throughout the whole demo, so I hope you enjoyed it. This was really, really long, but it's because the game itself was pretty long, but I hope you enjoyed it. I don't think it was too overwhelming, but if it was, this is always a recording that you can go back to and, you know, see for yourself, rewatch it and remind yourself of what I was telling to you and what I spotted. Obviously, there are tons of things that I didn't spot, but that's just the nature of just me reviewing a demo. There's just so many little things that are equally important in different situations that it's just impossible to catch everything. But I think there's a lot of concepts that I explained to you and I tried to explain to you, so I hope they were understandable. And I wish you good luck, grind those ELO points, and see you on the server. Yeah, bye-bye.